I hope by now that you've heard the news of the New World expansion coming this fall, which basically answers a lot of questions that we've had and suspicions that we've had for a long time. We've talked about those on the channel already, and I'm not going to rehash it here. But overall, if you've been somebody who's subscribed to this channel for a while, you'll know that a yellow post is the news, but this post in and of itself is a little bit delayed because I went ahead and live reacted to all the news yesterday. And thank you everybody who joined in for that live stream. You can see that here on the channel under the live stream past section. So if you're interested, you can go see my live reactions there. I'm obviously very excited. I'm obviously very, very, very excited for New World. So excited that puberty's kicking in and my voice is going to start to crack a little bit. But today's post is both news, but it's also going to be heavily leaned into the opinion. So I'm going to try to put this actually in both playlists for those of you who are interested, because I still think there's a lot of news. Thankfully, I've been able to go and look at all the various different reactions that I've seen from other people. People calling this pay to win, people saying that this expansion is just bogus. And, you know, obviously the negative tends to kind of float up to the top. That's the nature of social media. I'm going to hopefully try and refute that, or at least give you guys my perspective as a fan of New World, as somebody who covers New World, as somebody who plays this game and wants the best for it and for its community. So today's structure of the video is I'm going to dive into the frequently asked questions section first. I'm going to use the news post as kind of a backdrop to the discussion. So we're going to start with what they said, how I feel about it, and it's going to be that kind of setup for this video. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I know I've saw some people commenting they wish that my videos were longer, so they like to play and grind out in the game while listening. So I'm not going to try to make this longer than it needs to be, but if you guys enjoy the content, like, sub, share, comment below. That's the best way you can say thank you. And I do want to say thank you so much to Hey Jacob RS, who is the first person to officially join the Soul Nation here on Ginger World. So thank you so much for that support. We're going to be putting y'all's names in the sidebar here at the end of the videos. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. So the first question they ask, why are we switching to a seasonal model? And they say, moving forward, our plan is to update New World on a predictable 3-month cadence. This in and of itself is important. 3 months feels good. It feels about the right set of cadence. It also starts to put it into parity with other games in this style. You might be an old school MMO player like myself, and whenever we talk about the seasonal model, I hear frustrations from some players that MMOs shouldn't be in the seasonal model. But overall, I think for the vast majority, because the competition is real, we don't live in a bubble anymore. You have a lot of choice when it comes to playing a game. Having a seasonal model gives you the ability to constantly check back in, constantly be re-invited back to come back and check out all the things that have changed. A 3-month cadence is exactly right. I've been advocating for that for a little while now, as you kind of feel like there's not been a lot of content since Brimstone. We had the winter event and things like that, but 3 months feels the right way to go about it. So through the seasons, they're going to introduce more content and experiences for players to enjoy. So then they go on and say, what can I expect from future seasons? And they say each season will, which feels like a commitment, you know, in this case, the word will, last approximately 3 months and introduce new features and gameplay experiences. Feature a unique season pass for players to earn impactful rewards through new activity cards, challenges, and more. It is confirmed these do expire. So like there is a bit of artificial FOMO with the season pass. We do also know there are $20 each, which you can earn, I think, up to 5,000 or $5 back. So ultimately, if you do play, they're $15. But regardless, that feels decent because then you start to factor in 4 seasons, $80 a year. It's much less than a general subscription to the game. The expansion will be interesting because that sounds like it's going to be paid. So overall, you would think like an expansion every 2 years and then roughly like 8 seasons between expansions. But we'll have to see how that eventually flows. They also say include new time limited premium track rewards like cosmetics. So they say, how much is the premium pack track upgrade and how can I purchase it? So they're calling it 20,000 marks, which is $20. You can access it and see it all through F9. We'll cover what they've shown off visually here in a little bit. There'll also be 100 levels, both free and premium tracks. Players who purchase the premium tracks will earn rewards across both tracks. That's the standard Battle Pass, Season Pass style design that we've seen continual across or make its way more into MMOs. Now they ask, isn't this a form of pay to win? And this is going to be kind of a real key takeaway. Pay to win. This is the buzzword. This is something that's overused by a lot of gamers. Let's see what they say. All of the non-cosmetic premium track rewards can also be earned through free track and normal gameplay. The premium track adds 100 levels of additional rewards, giving players the opportunity to get more in-game items. The gear rolled from these rewards will not exceed 600, and it does not include any unique perks that cannot be found in-game. Love to hear what you think about this. I don't feel disadvantaged by this at all, but that's just my takeaway. Premium track cosmetics also do not provide any additional benefits, and they also talk about like various different boosts, and we'll have to see how that actually feels. But I don't get the pay to win vibe. But remember, this game was fear-mongered out of its butt back when it was first announced. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be pay to win. Meanwhile, other games absolutely are pay to win. And then you see people just kind of like excuse that and like, oh, that's fine. That game's fine, but we got to get New World. I think New World has the best business model monetization strategy. And honestly, the fact that they've held off this long on this is kind of a good thing in my mind. This will give us some excitement and some hype starting with 2023 and the new season. What are boost tokens? All right, this is what they go into. Boost tokens are a time-based catch-up mechanic that provides temporary quality of life conveniences. They do not affect stats or provide any advantage in combat. They are designed to help players who want to more quickly level up weapon mastery, trade skills, season progression, and territory standing. Tokens are available to earn in-game through the free and premium tracks of the season pass, as well as for purchase through an in-game store. For example, the proficiency boost token that increases gathering yield by 10% for 90 minutes provides a longer but lower percent increase than the powerful proficiency booster that can be crafted in game. So it provides a longer lasting but lower percent increase, and you can craft the items themselves in game, which kind of in my kind of personal view of this, why would you pay money and just go ahead and craft it and engage with the market? We'll have to see how the market overall interacts with these items. Personally speaking, this is where it gets into that weird gray area, right? Because you can get those items already in game and you can craft them, and that's a part of the thing. And the crafted items have a higher increase in terms of its base value, but it doesn't last as long. How do you guys feel about that? Personally speaking, this is the grayest of areas. This is going to become, everybody's going to have a personal takeaway on what that means for them. Does somebody have an advantage by spending money, or is everybody kind of having a different avenue to choose from? And then how will the season pass work across multiple characters on the same account? And they say the season pass will work across multiple characters in the same world or region. Rewards can only be claimed once per region, but can be claimed on any character that has unlocked their premium rewards track at level 25. Progress will not transfer if players switch regions. So that's the frequently asked questions section of this massive post. And like I said, let's go ahead and dive into the core of everything that is going to be dropping. And by the time you're watching this video, the PTR should be up or will be up very soon. So note that I'll be diving into the PTR, giving you guys hands-on impressions, hopefully some guides walking through the different systems so we can talk more about it, how it actually feels overall. I don't know if they're going to have the premium track on the PTR, but we'll have to wait and see. So let's go ahead and talk about the free track here. The Season Pass includes new ways for players to earn meaningful rewards just by playing New World. Players can earn Season XP, level up, and unlock rewards as they progress through their seasonal activities. Our goal is with Seasons is to constantly provide something fresh for every type of player. And so here we go. Free track reward ends in 125 days. Journey and activity. We'll go through all those images here in a second. And at least at the start of it, it looks like, they have rewards for each and every item. It's got some legendaries, and I'm starting to kind of wonder if with the legendaries on screen itself, they start to scale. Like it's like, okay, those are going to be legendary items. Cool. You can see obviously here on the premium track, you're getting even more legendary items to be able to use and to equip. Then it says for the free track is completely free for all players who grant a variety of helpful rewards like new skins. Pets is interesting, especially because I'm going to assume that's going to be just house pets for now. I'd love to see if we could take our pets out there in the world with us. Marks of Fortune, boost tokens, seasonal weapons and armor, umbral shards, gypsum orbs, and caches of materials. Now for the premium track, now it shows us going all the way to level 100. It still looks like you're getting a reward on each level of the free track, which I actually respect. One of the things that was always kind of annoying about Destiny is that you had a lot of empty space, a lot of stuff that was not was not doing anything for you. You can see up here in the top right, it's got your seasonal XP for, I guess, the level, and that's just obviously doing the various different activities. It says players who reach level 25 will also have the option to purchase the premium track for additional rewards, such as cosmetics, additional marks of fortune, boost tokens, and even more seasonal loot. Now we know that the cosmetics are going to be season locked. They are making those kind of exclusive to the season pass in that regards. So you have to kind of play that to have those. And I'm wondering if they'll bring those back as store options as well in the future. But also in terms of that, we know that the summer update, the season 2, will actually have the transmog system, which I think that will end up kind of building itself into. So, and even more seasonal loot, players can opt into the premium track at any point during the season and will retroactively receive all the eligible rewards. At the end of the season, any unrewarded unique seasonal rewards will be vaulted. That's a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like it if they would have kept the seasons to be able to be bought and sold and equipped on, at any point in time. I think that ends up making more sense for the MMORPG personally. But I have yet to see anybody really kind of adopt that model as well. So they talk about seasonal XP, the season journey challenges and activity cards all give players season XP, and season XP can be gained through other activities, quests, faction missions, town projects, expedition bosses, outpost rush arenas, and more. Now, what this means to me is that when we start talking about it, that anything that you're doing is rewarding experience on the season pass. That's very important. I like that they've got various different chapters, challenges, and when it comes to the chapters themselves, it looks like they have various different rewards for your season by doing different things. So obtain level 60, just getting started. Expedition exploration, complete any expedition. Complete Grace's quest, style of the Spear Daughter. Vanquish the Varangians, kill 10 level 60 Varangian Knights, complete 3 faction missions. So all these different kind of extra objectives that kind of, I'm wondering if they work your way down that, or we'll have to see and feel how that goes hands-on here in just a little bit. So the season journey is available again, level 25 and up, and the season story with rewards. The way of tracking your progress throughout the season is broken down into chapters based off the season's story with rewards for completing specific tasks inside each chapter. For the challenges, seasonal challenges are the most difficult objectives of the season. These may prove more difficult, but the rewards are high and than the seasonal journey. So you can see the activity stamp card. Activities, 5 of 10. Kill enemies with magic, and then essentially that gives you, I guess, this stamp. And then if you get various different like lines or something like that, it's kind of almost in a way of tic-tac-toe. You get some reroll task tokens, which is going to be using Azoth, which is great to see Azoth coming back and having another use in this regards. Gather 5 tier 5 resource nodes. Complete an Ephorian Forge. So lots of different things to do that's going to fill in the board and go from there. Stamp the card to earn 250 seasonal XP. Fill in line to earn 400 seasonal XP. Complete the card to earn 300 seasonal XP. And then total seasonal XP possible per card is 8,300. And then you get, I guess, additional cards that you can level up and work on as well. So it's got 2 stamps. It looks like those 2 have been completed. And that's pretty cool, honestly. Like, that's an interesting take on it. The seasonal minigame further rewards adventures for daily play. Each stamp location features icons that correspond to specific activities, like complete mutated expedition, complete activities in stamp spaces for seasonal XP. Players will receive bonus experience as full lines, diagonal, vertical, or horizontal, once they're completed. If activities in your current stamp card aren't to your liking, you can re-roll them in exchange for Azoth. Complete stamps will remain, but all activities, included completed ones, will be replaced on the new one. Then, here we go. We have even more content here. So, new story, The Silver Crows. Enjoy a narrative as part of the season, Fellowship of Fire. Assemble an elite team of mercenaries called the Silver Crows to help them with their first client, Sky, the Spear Daughter. Confront a powerful warlock on the Varangian horde and halt their ambitions amidst the flames of brand new expedition, Ephorian Forge. And like we said, the new expedition, the Ephorian Forge, will be dropping as a part of the spring update, aka Season 1. So this is going to be a new level 60 plus expedition in the Great Cleave. Team up with Sir Loth, the Knight of Asteros, and stop the flow of mysterious magic deep within the necropolis. The new Heart Rune ability, Firestorm, is also getting added, so it's very on theme. I like that they're going to be adding more Heart Runes to the game as a part of the season. So it sounds like each season will get a new Heart Rune, which people can, use to kind of change up their build and do a different ultimate. You create a tornado that damages targets in its path. You can also craft more powerful versions of the Heart Rune gem to fill your playstyle. Now we get to what I've been looking for to, the gear set storage. This is the new mechanic. You need to swap gear quickly for mutated expeditions. You now have the ability to save and switch between your favorite gear sets after reaching level 25. Additional slots can be earned through the season pass or purchased for marks of fortune. I'm wondering how many they give us as a base, and then obviously how much it would cost. Personally speaking, I'm fine with earning them through the season pass. It just depends on how many gear sets I ultimately need. Weaver's Fin and the Brightwood main storyline quest has been revamped. The Weaver's Fin and Brightwood main storyline is getting overhauled based off of player feedback, with improvements made to the revamped starting experience. Players in these two familiar territories through a fresh narrative, more quest variety, and a few surprises. For the seasonal events, we are going to see the Rabbit's Revenge make a return. I'm sure that we're going to see some adjustments based off of the other season's stuff that they put in. Springtime Bloom, this is a brand new event. The time of awakening has arrived. Springtime Bloom calls its children to share the ancient secret capable of granting true freedom. Help the enigmatic Bloom Herald unravel the mysteries of the ethereal Wispy Bloom and collect Springtail's fertile bounty of limited time rewards. Harvest with caution as swarms of wispy wasps guard the blooms with fury. And then you have Fury the Spriggan. The earth has been restless since the need awoke. Cooperate in open world encounters to defeat dryads with the mighty Spriggan for this seasonal specific event for the daily rewards. Now, this isn't all, because again, when we were talking about the covering the live reaction, the roadmap here, you can see that the roadmap has been filled out way more. Now, one of the things I feel is lacking that I'd like to see is something kind of PvP oriented for an event. Right now, PvE events are going off. It'd be nice to have a PvP style event, and I think that would be really cool to see. But spring season 1 Fellowship of Fire, this is the story, the storage, the expedition, the Heart Rune, seasonal world events, MSQ updates, the colored outlines of enemy AoEs and PvP, balance updates and season pass. Summer is the season 2 Blood of the Sands. This is where we get the raid and so much more. Spring and summer, I felt like they were already pretty good, and I'm excited to see them fill this out a bit more. This fall, brand new expedition, new zone transform, new expedition, mounts, new weapon, new Heart Rune, your gear score increase coming along with the expansion. Note they don't say level cap increase, and I'm fine with that. I think level 6, you don't want to keep increasing the level. Get people into that, post-game kind of progression, as opposed to always kind of increasing the level and then basically saying goodbye to everything that's level 60 or something like that. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And then that comes along with season 3, which is unnamed. Season 4 kicks off with winter, and this is going to be season trial with mutators, trinkets, some interesting things that they've hinted at, and I think that's going to be really based off of and built off of the expansion. And that's what I got to say when it comes down to it, because this is pretty freaking cool in my opinion. Obviously, I'm very excited, very hyped for it, but not everything's going to be great. I've already seen various different reactions online, but I'm not really worried. When it comes down to what they're doing, I want more New World, and I really am happy that I can kind of support them in a way that's just beyond the cosmetic. I'm excited to jump into the Battle Pass and play and see how fast I can level it up in terms of, how much pressure do I feel to level it up. Now, the problem with the Battle Pass ends up being it will disincentivize you if you join and there's only 10 days left, right? It's going to disincentivize you from grinding on it and from a premium perspective. But the nice thing, I guess, would be is that grind as much as you want, and if you feel like the rewards are worth it, then you could buy it. But at its core, I wish there was something they could do with that in term, right? Something that okay, well, roll your progress forward into the next Battle Pass if you want, or something like that. I don't know. There's going to be lots of feedback that I'm sure that I'll have for the developers, and I'll be sure to let you guys know as well. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks guys for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm looking forward to reading your thoughts. And honestly, looking forward to hopefully playing some New World with you guys this weekend. Thanks to all those again who joined in the live stream, and thank you so much, hey Jacob, for becoming a member here. I really appreciate the support. Anyway, thank you so much again. Love you faces. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one, but until then, take care.